It's the Puff and Steph Podcast.
The Puff and Steph Podcast back for another day of fun. Sorry, Olivia fans. It was for a couple days only.
She'll be back, though.
She will. Well, here's the thing. She absolutely said that she was going to come back. But it's one thing to talk about it. It's another thing to be about it.
Right,
so,
especially after we made her play music on an old crappy guitar.
I know. We kind of made her look a little bad. But anyone who knows anything about her knows that she's legit.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
She knows what she's doing. Totally user error, and by user I mean me, and just bad equipment.
Right.
You know?
Not her fault.
It's like asking me to DJ on tape decks.
True.
You know, I would never want to do that. So, how you feeling today?
Good.
How's everything going?
Very good.
Yeah?
Yeah, no complaints.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, you and I are just not alike. Every day I wake up with complaints.
I mean, I'm a little hungry, but I've been really hungry today. It's one of those days where I eat like a full meal.
Right.
And then I eat something sweet afterwards, like a little dessert, and then I'm like still hungry.
It's like, why couldn't that dessert be bigger?
Right.
Why couldn't the meal be bigger?
Right.
So today's that day?
Yeah, I can't stop eating.
We got some food downstairs, so after the show's
Thank God.
over, feel free to go raid the fridge and the cabinets. So I want you to start thinking about the worst movie you've ever seen. Okay, your least favorite movie. A movie that you're like, I never want to see that again.
Okay.
And then I'm going to ask you if you would watch that movie the way these guys are.
Okay.
Three friends in New York City, Stephen Kendall, Emily Lind, and Christopher Imparti, have admitted to sitting through the movie Cats multiple times. Now, Cats has been getting not so good reviews.
Yeah.
It completely bombed in the box office. But now they're turning a bad thing possibly into a good thing. They've offered to raise money for charity by sitting through the movie for 24 hours straight. They set up a GoFundMe hoping to raise $15,000 for New York City's Housing Works, which supports and advocates for people living with and affected by HIV and AIDS. If the funding goal of $15,000 is reached, they will live stream the marathon and adhere to a set of rules that includes watching Cats on a loop for 24 hours.
Wow. That's a nice way to turn something bad into something positive.
They said they'll only take breaks during the credit scenes.
Wow, that's dedication.
Now, they already seem like they kind of like it because they've seen it multiple times, which is a little weird. So I'm going to flip this a little bit and talk about your least favorite movie ever. One where you're like, oh my God, that was so dumb. I don't want to watch that. Are you thinking of one?
The first one that comes to my mind, and it might be just because this was pretty recent, this is going to make some Quentin Tarantino fans unhappy, but Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Really? You didn't like that movie?
I did not like it at all.
Any particular reason why you didn't like it?
Mostly because I didn't understand it. Like, I could not follow what was going on.
Okay.
I literally fell asleep, like, halfway through the movie. Like, I was so uninterested. It seemed to be all these events that, like, they didn't piece together, and I guess that's just his style.
Right.
Whatever it was.
Sure.
But for me, I thought it was awful. I'm so sorry, because I know people love him. It didn't work for me.
Now, would you, for charity, watch 24 hours of Once Upon a Time? Is that Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
Yeah.
Right?
Can I sleep?
No, you can't sleep. You have to stay up 24 hours.
I would for a dog rescue.
Is that what it would be?
Yes.
For a dog rescue?
It'd
Steph
be worth
would do
it.
it.
Yep.
So anyone can make that happen. For me, and this is not going to make anyone mad except for my wife, The Hobbit was a terrible movie. She likes that stuff.
My brothers like those movies.
She's a Lord of the Rings person,
Yeah.
a Hobbit person. Doesn't look like a Hobbit, but a Hobbit person. It was awful. Like, I went to the theater with her, bit the bullet, knowing full well I wasn't going to like it. And it was long, too. Like, it's like a 3+ hour movie, I think. Or at least, like, 2 and a good amount of change.
Right, they're long movies.
Like,
I gotta be honest, I don't hate those movies. My brothers like them. They used to watch them when we were younger.
yeah.
And I wasn't invested by any means, but it would be on, and I never, like, hated it.
Well, I didn't hate Lord of the Rings, but for some reason I hated The Hobbit.
Specifically.
It just was so boring.
Was that, like, how many are there?
I think there's 2. Is there 2 or 3?
Something
I don't
like that.
know.
Okay. I didn't know that you didn't like that movie so much.
I was trying to rack my brain when I was reading the story about, like, what would be a good, like war of attrition. What would be a good, like, wow, he sat through that movie, blah, blah, blah times.
Right.
And for some reason, like, that movie always came to mind. Like, there's other movies I don't like, but for some reason, I think maybe it's because I saw it in a theater and I couldn't run away.
Right.
You know, like if the wife and I were watching a movie downstairs in the living room, I could always be like, oh, I hate this movie, I'm going to go upstairs and play video games.
Right. Go to the kitchen, get a snack.
Right. But you can't really do that in the theater. I can't leave my wife to go out and hang out the lobby playing video games, which a lot of times there are video games in the lobby.
That's true. Maybe you could next time.
No, are you kidding me? Steph, that is just disaster waiting to happen.
Hey, as long as she gets to see it.
No. No. You were obviously not married. And
I am not.
And you've never had to... Well, I'm sure you've had to sit through movies you don't like for...
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Was that for a date?
Yes.
It was?
It was. And I pretended that I didn't hate it because it was like a new thing. It wasn't a relationship, but it was a new thing. So I was like, oh my God, that was so good. It was not so good.
Is that relationship over?
Oh, yes.
Was it because of the movie?
No, luckily that wasn't what tore us apart.
A New York teen has gotten over 20,000 people to sign this petition. I don't know if you've heard about it. The petition is to move Super Bowl to Saturday because having it on a Sunday isn't practical for football fans. Frankie Ruggieri, I think is how you say his name, says that staying up late on a Sunday to watch the game makes it hard for people to get up for school and work on Monday. He cites a 2019 survey that found that more than 17 million U.S. employees actively planned on skipping work the day after the Super Bowl. He argues in his Change.org petition that having the Super Bowl on a Saturday would bring more money, more television views, and more travelers to the actual game. Listen, I agree with him to a point, but it's not gonna bring any extra anything. Like it already gets 100 plus million views.
Right, everybody watches it.
It's not. I don't think that's gonna help. I don't think they're gonna be able to charge more because it's on a Saturday, as far as like what they charge people for commercials or anything like that. But I can understand the lack of productivity.
Yep.
Right? If you're running a company and 35% of your workforce is magically sick on Sunday or just takes a day off, right? Uses some of their paid vacation, that could hurt that day.
Yeah. I'm with him. I get it. I don't think it's going to change anything, unfortunately.
No.
But I've always wondered why they don't have it on Saturday.
Because it's Super Bowl Sunday.
Super Bowl Saturday has a nice ring to it.
Change? No.
No change.
No change
like
whatsoever. I wouldn't care. Let me put it to you that way. I wouldn't, if it ended up happening, I don't think I would care at all. Would I watch it? I'd watch it either day it's on.
Right. Well, when we used to have to be up at like 3:34 in the morning, it drove me nuts because like I would want to be going to bed and it was like halftime, you know,
Right.
and you want to stay up and watch it.
Sure.
So I get where he's coming from.
I do too, but it's never going to change. Try something else, Frankie. All right?
It was a good try.
Your ideas are dumb. 20,000 people signed on. I don't think it really matters. I think 200,000 people could sign it, and it wouldn't matter.
Right.
Because they still get well over 100 million people to watch it in a ton of different countries. So good luck, Frankie, with your little petition, but it's not going to do anything.
Poor Frankie.
Coming up next, I got to tell you, I didn't even talk to you about my birthday dinner that happened this past weekend. It was odd. I'll explain in minutes. It's the Puff and Steph Podcast.
It's the Puff and Steph Podcast.
Okay, so you want a security system for your home or business and you don't know who to choose. Do you go with one of the big companies with representatives living in who knows where? Or do you hire a company that works in and cares about your community? ITD in Mechanicsburg, partnered with Alarm.com, is helping you make that decision easy by providing you with security for only $30 a month, and you'll be able to monitor and control everything from your phone or tablet. Call ITD for more info. 717-256-4996 or ITDSSI.com.
Do you love saving money but hate buying one of those coupon books filled with places you'll never go to? Well, here comes Quick Save Coupons to save the day. Quick Save Coupons is an app where you can find savings for restaurants, stores, and experiences that you will love. And here's the best part. It's free. No big coupon books to buy, no websites to give your information to. Quick Save Coupons will show you all of the savings in your area right on your phone. Just go to Google Play or the App Store and download the Quick Save Coupons app. Then start saving money on many of the places you already go to.
How about a new career for the new year? Orthopedic Institute of Pennsylvania wants you to join their team, and we're going to give you a leg up because Puff and Steph podcast listeners who apply will receive a guaranteed interview. Find out why OIP isn't just a job, it's a family. Medical experience is not always required, and OIP provides on-the-job training along with great benefits, including insurance and paid time off. Healthcare jobs are growing fast, and OIP needs you to fill positions at their 10 locations. Apply at oip.com/careers. Discover you, discover OIP.
The big game is this Sunday and you're having a party. But who's going to cater it? You don't have time to make all that food. Don't worry, let Cedar Cliff Pizza do all the work. Cedar Cliff Pizza in Camp Hill has amazing big game specials that will help your friends and family stay full and happy all game long. Cedar Cliff Pizza has you covered with pizza, wings, stromboli, or party sub specials. Cedar Cliff Pizza in Camp Hill, 717-730-0100, or order online at ordercedarcliffpizza.com. Big game specials must be ordered by phone by Saturday at 4 p.m. A healthier, happier you is created from more than just a gym membership or diet plan. Don't take on your New Year's goals alone. Let CBD American Shaman of PA help you reach your goals by giving you the physical and mental relief needed to persevere. The Better You Challenge will reward you for sticking to your goals. To learn more and to try free samples of the newest products, visit a CBD American Shaman of PA store in Carlisle, Mechanicsburg, Harrisburg, and Lancaster, or visit hempishealth.com. And remember to use the promo code PUFF at checkout to save 10% on every order.
Now back to the Puff and Steph podcast.
Okay, we are back on the podcast, and I got to tell you about my birthday dinner. So I know we had Olivia here, and we had some other stuff going on, so I haven't really had a chance to talk to you. The wife took me out to a fancy place, right? Very nice of her. And everything was good. I actually ran into a guy that I haven't seen in years. We used to work in bars together back in the day. So that was really cool to catch up with him while we were waiting to be seated at our table. So we're seated at our table. Everything's going well. Appetizer comes. A salad comes. And then we start hearing, how do I say this without sounding like a sexist jerk? God-awful, annoying, cackling women. Okay? They were like,
Oh, they're having a girls' night.
They were.
Having a good time.
Sure.
Okay.
I don't have a problem with any of that. I don't even have a problem with a loud table. Because that means you're having fun. Here's where I draw the line. And maybe this is a sign of me getting older. Maybe my old age, maybe I have the problem. I don't know. They started swearing. Like loud swearing.
Oh, yeah, that's not cool.
Like MFers, B words, every other
like
thing.
Loudly.
Like it almost felt like one of them had like Tourette's or Asperger's or something like that. You know, where they're just screaming out obscenities and they can't control it.
Couldn't control it, right.
Now, if you had someone in your life that would scream that, like had a condition, and they would scream at the top of their lungs, MFer or B word or whatever, you probably wouldn't say, stop, calm down, or laugh at it, right? Because they can't stop, and it's really not that funny. But this table was doing it. Someone would yell MFer, and they'd be like, stop, or they would just laugh. But it always seemed like it was one person, unless a couple of the cackling women sounded the same, which is possible. But it seemed like one person at the table was just obscenity, just laden conversation. Mm-hmm. Like she was just spouting MFer, B word.
That's classy, yeah.
S word. Just and for the most part, I don't care about that stuff. But you gotta draw a line somewhere, right? At some point you gotta be like, okay, this is starting to get unacceptable.
Yeah, especially in public, especially at a nice restaurant.
Right. This is not a restaurant. This isn't a Denny's. And even at a Denny's, it wouldn't necessarily be acceptable.
No.
But there were also kids there, families. It wasn't just date night restaurant. It was a place where you could take, kids. So I don't know if it was, like I said, she said it so much, it almost made it seem like there was some sort of like medical condition.
Right, either that or she was really drunk.
And that could be a possibility too, because they have like cocktails there. Obviously, we're not going to a place that doesn't serve it. So
I'm surprised that somebody from the restaurant didn't address it.
That's a good point. I am shocked. And Steph, I'm not lying when I said it went on for an hour.
Wow.
Like, this is a place you don't eat out. This is a place you dine, right? So you're there for a while.
Right.
So I would say we were there for 2 hours, 2 hours and 20 minutes, something like that. I would say at least an hour of that time was filled with, every once in a while, just profane language. And again, not one to really get offended by that language,
No.
but it ruined our night.
Yeah, that's bizarre.
It almost, and we were in the same like row. I could like look down the booth and like see their table. I almost got up and said something.
Wow, that must have been really bad. If
It
you
was
almost did that.
It was really bad. Now I know you would never do something like that.
No, I would never have the guts.
But and then my wife was like, we're gonna leave soon, and blah blah blah, and they just kept going. And I mentioned it to the waiter. I'm like, he's like, how's your meal? I'm like, well, it'd be better if those cackling women down there weren't screaming MF. Or he goes, yeah, we've had a couple complaints.
Wow.
Well, then talk to them.
Right? Why didn't they say something to them? That's odd.
I think because there's a big table and they're spending money. Who knows?
Well, they still have to pay their bill. Just ask them to be quiet.
Who knows? Maybe they were like, I didn't see a lot of them. Maybe they're like big beefy women. Maybe they're worried about throwing some elbows
Offending
or something.
somebody. Yeah.
I don't know. Who knows? I don't know if you heard about this, or maybe you were even affected. I don't know if you would, because you're not on your phone like a lot of other people are all the time, but a ton of people, a few thousand people, were without Instagram yesterday.
No.
Instagram went down.
The great tragedy of 2020. It already happened, and it's only January.
Yep. Yesterday afternoon, users started reporting issues nationwide. Now, I had a problem with Facebook the day before. It like blanked out all my notifications. I didn't get any notifications.
That's happened to me before.
Right? It did that the day before. And then yesterday, Wednesday, it went down on Instagram. So Facebook owns Instagram, maybe a lot of the same servers.
Right.
I don't know anything about computers.
Right.
So I'm just guessing that they're connected. Perhaps China.
Oh, so you're blaming China?
Yeah, I think they're going after. Think about what would happen if our social media society went down. Facebook went down, Twitter went down, Instagram went down, TikTok went down, Snapchat went down, and all of a sudden we had to like communicate in person.
No, anything but that.
Like did that like it just made every ounce of me pucker up.
Yeah, it makes me a little nauseous.
Yeah.
No, anything but that.
China,
we can't live
I'm
like
telling you,
that.
it's China. They know exactly what they're doing. They are.
Thanks, China.
Yeah.
Thanks for ruining Instagram.
Yeah. So I'm glad you're okay. Did you get
I made
through
it. We made it, everybody.
I didn't notice anything, but thousands of people did. So,
That's tragic.
it's one of those things where I think we dodged a big bullet.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Coming up in just a couple of minutes, you will not believe what PETA wants to do about Groundhog Day. Yeah. It's the Puff and Steph Podcast.
It's the Puff and Steph Podcast.
How about a new career for the new year? Orthopedic Institute of Pennsylvania wants you to join their team, and we're going to give you a leg up because Puff and Steph podcast listeners who apply will receive a guaranteed interview. Find out why OIP isn't just a job, it's a family. Medical experience is not always required, and OIP provides on-the-job training along with great benefits, including insurance and paid time off. Healthcare jobs are growing fast, and OIP needs you to fill positions at their 10 locations. Apply at OIP.com/careers. Discover you, discover OIP.
The big game is this Sunday and you're having a party. But who's going to cater it? You don't have time to make all that food. Don't worry, let Cedar Cliff Pizza do all the work. Cedar Cliff Pizza in Camp Hill has amazing big game specials that will help your friends and family stay full and happy all game long. Cedar Cliff Pizza has you covered with pizza, wings, stromboli, or party sub specials. Cedar Cliff Pizza in Camp Hill, 717-730-0100, or order online at ordercedarcliffpizza.com. Big game specials must be ordered by phone by Saturday at 4 p.m.
Do you love saving money but hate buying one of those coupon books filled with places you'll never go to? Well, here comes Quick Save Coupons to save the day. Quick Save Coupons is an app where you can find savings for restaurants, stores, and experiences that you will love. And here's the best part. It's free. No big coupon books to buy, no websites to give your information to. Quick Save Coupons will show you all of the savings in your area right on your phone. Just go to Google Play or the App Store and download the Quick Save Coupons app. Then start saving money on many of the places you already go to.
A healthier, happier you is created from more than just a gym membership or diet plan. Don't take on your New Year's goals alone. Let CBD American Shaman of PA help you reach your goals by giving you the physical and mental relief needed to persevere. The Better You Challenge will reward you for sticking to your goals. To learn more and to try free samples of the newest products, visit a CBD American Shaman of PA store in Carlisle, Mechanicsburg, Harrisburg, and Lancaster, or visit hempishealth.com. And remember to use the promo code PUFF at checkout to save 10% on every order. Okay, so you want a security system for your home or business and you don't know who to choose. Do you go with one of the big companies with representatives living in who knows where? Or do you hire a company that works in and cares about your community? ITD in Mechanicsburg, partnered with Alarm.com, is helping you make that decision easy by providing you with security for only $30 a month, and you'll be able to monitor and control everything from your phone or tablet. Call ITD for more info, 717-256-4996 or ITDSSI.com.
Now back to the Puff and Steph podcast.
Okay, we're back on the podcast, and yes, everyone knows that Sunday is the Super Bowl, right? Super Bowl Sunday. Okay. Chiefs taking on the 49ers. We're going to give our Super Bowl predictions on tomorrow's show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so start studying. Do you know anything about these football teams?
Not a whole lot. I'm not really invested in either one of them.
Yeah, me neither. So we'll also talk tomorrow about the prop bets. You know, like how long the national anthem's going to be and things like that. So we'll do that as well. But one thing that you may have overlooked on Sunday is the fact that it's also Groundhog Day.
Yes. My mom always says Groundhog Day is her favorite holiday.
What?
Well, it's become this joke because she, like, having kids, any parent understands how stressful Christmas, and I know that we have this conversation every year and you don't agree, but my parents always got us gifts for Easter as well.
Sure.
They would get us a little something for Valentine's Day.
Sure.
So she would joke that Groundhog Day was the only day she didn't have to, like, buy presents and send cards and send money to people and call grandparents to say Merry Christmas or whatever. So it became a joke. But yes, big day on Sunday.
Yeah, huge day. I'm gonna send a groundhog card to your mom.
Please do.
Just to be like, oh, now I have to send one to Puff next year.
Exactly.
Great. PETA, People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, psychopaths in my mind, is calling for Pennsylvania's most famous groundhog to retire and be replaced with an animatronic version ahead of Sunday. They want a robot groundhog.
Stop.
The animal rights organization wrote a letter to the Punxsutawney Groundhog Club that it was time to change the decades-old tradition in which Punxsutawney Phil predicts weather we'll see an early end to winter.
Oh my gosh. You can't do that with a robot. It has to be Punxsutawney Phil. And he's not mistreated. They literally pick him up and he just sits there and they put him back in the thing and he goes back to bed.
Thousands of people gather to watch the rat make the prediction. They've been doing it.
It's not a rat. He's cute.
He's a pretty big rat. They've been doing it back until the late 1800s. He lives in a man-made zoo that is climate-controlled and light-regulated and is connected to the Punxsutawney Memorial Library. He's very well taken care of.
Exactly. So what are they upset about?
They said, when Phil is dragged out of his hole and held up to flashing lights and crowds, he has no idea what's happening. Being relegated to a library habitat for the other days of the year doesn't allow him or the other groundhog there to dig, burrow, or forage. It's no kind of life for these animals.
Oh my gosh. I love animals as much as anybody else who loves animals.
No, you don't. Not as much as PETA.
He's fine. They literally hold him up and they're like, yay, and then they put him back in his hole. It's so quick. He's fine.
They said that instead of live animals, the Punxsutawney Groundhog Club use, and I'm quoting here, technologically advanced electromechanical devices such as animatronics with artificial intelligence that could reliably predict the weather.
Stop. It's so ridiculous. Not everything has to be a robot.
They say by creating AI Phil, you could keep Punxsutawney at the center of Groundhog Day, but in a much more progressive way.
AI Phil?
AI Phil.
Oh my gosh. I can't.
The organization also suggested that the younger generation isn't as captivated by the Groundhog Day tradition. Today's young people are born into a world of terabytes. To them, watching a nocturnal rodent being pulled from a fake hole isn't even worthy of a text message.
Oh my gosh.
Steph is not impressed, I can tell.
No, not at all. It's a fun little tradition. They've been doing it forever. Just let it be. Now, if they were like pulling the groundhog out and punching him or something, like I'd be on board. But like, what kind of ceremony are they watching?
What do you mean winter's still staying? Well, 6 more weeks of winter. Let's get them, everyone.
Like, if that were the case, I'd be like, yeah, we need to stop that.
Punxsutawney Phil.
Oh.
Hey, you're the one that thought of it. I didn't even think about punching Phil.
I'm just trying to think, like, where are they coming from with this, and I don't get it. He's a spoiled groundhog. He's happy. He's fat.
Oh yeah,
he's good.
He's definitely like the most well-fed groundhog. Sometimes it's a girl. The groundhog is the most well-fed groundhog you've ever seen. It's
right.
Like super fat.
Yeah.
Like just happy.
And once a year, they pull him out of his hole for like 25 seconds.
And he wriggles around, and then they put him back in.
And then life goes on for
Yeah.
another 365 days.
Instead, they want Punxsutawney, which is a very small town, to go out and purchase or have created for them probably something worth maybe $1 million. You want something like, because it has to be good. It can't be a stuffed animal you buy at Walmart and hold up for everyone. Where's the fun in that?
Right, it's not the same.
AI Phil. So dumb.
I don't like it.
So Steph and I are in agreement. No robot groundhog. PETA, go save some lobsters from a grocery store or something. Okay? Just do that. So you know how I like going through surveys and stuff? I came across this, and I want you to really give this some thought and try to figure out how someone could end up in this situation. According to this new survey, 2% of people have driven naked.
Completely naked.
Completely naked.
For what circumstance? I have so many questions.
Right, me too. That's all I know. 2%
Right.
of people have admitted that they have driven a car naked.
I've definitely driven in a bathing suit and bare feet.
Sure.
But that's not, that's as skimpy as I can think.
Right.
Like, were you running away from the cops and you were naked for some reason and you just had to get away quickly? I mean, there has to be some extreme
I
circumstance.
have one scenario in my head. Just one. And maybe, someone on our Facebook page can help me think of another one. It's possible. You are committing adultery with someone. Let's just use me, okay? Let's say I was committing adultery with a married woman, right? I was having relation time with a married woman. All of a sudden, oh no, my husband's home. Oh no, what are you gonna do? Well, there's the window, jump out of it. And before you know it, I'm naked in the street.
Okay, yeah.
I don't have my keys. Throw me my keys. She throws my keys out the window. I catch them. Throw me my pants. There's no time. I'll talk to you later.
Right, right. She hides your clothes under the bed or something.
Right, that's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, that would make sense. That scenario would make sense while you're driving naked. I wouldn't have. But you're driving past other people and they can see that you're naked.
See, for a guy that's not a big deal, but for a girl that's a very big deal.
Yeah, exactly.
And hopefully you're not next to any truckers who can look down into your car.
Right. Oh, they'd be seeing everything.
Yeah.
I mean, I've definitely. I would not want my mother or grandparents to hear this, but I've definitely changed my clothes while driving. Nothing crazy. I've changed my shirt or something.
Sure.
If you're in a hurry or, whatever situation it was. But it was never, completely naked.
Right.
I don't get that.
It's very dangerous, though, too.
It is. And I'm not condoning it. It was a desperate time.
I'm sure it's super desperate.
I was in a hurry.
I'm sure you couldn't, get to wherever you were going and then change your
No,
shirt.
I was in a hurry. I forget where I was going. But I was running late or there was traffic or,
No, makes total sense. I'm sure you had to do what you had to do. we all
Thank
have
you
to
for
do
the
it.
support.
Absolutely. All right, guys, we'll see you tomorrow for the Big Friday show. It is the Puff and Steph Podcast.
It's the Puff and Steph Podcast.